Today we are going to discuss about the one of the hard variety of cheese, that is Swiss cheese, and it is very much popular in Switzerland, and it is assumed that it is originated in Imen Valley of Switzerland in 15th century. 15th century में है सो ये चीज है सो जन्म हुआ इमेन वैली है उसी में, और इट कैन इज ऑल्सो स्विस चीज इज ऑल्सो नोन एज इमेंटल चीज, है ना। इमेंटल चीज क्यों कहते हैं? बिकॉज द प्लेस वेयर दिस चीज इज ओरिजिनेटेड is the name of the place is Imeni Valley, so Emmental cheese that is comes from that, and it is originated. I have already told you that it is originated in Switzerland, but it is very much popular in USA and many other parts of European country like Italy, Australia, Finland, Denmark, Germany, Argentina, है ना। They are actually, there is a good demand of such type of cheese in this country, है ना। So they are making excellent quality of Swiss cheese in their country. So how we can actually recognize such type of cheese? So this cheese comes under the hard variety of cheese, and generally we can observe or known for presence of shiny eye. Shiny eye is shiny eye with smooth waxy nature and sweet nutty taste with mild flavor. This is the most characteristic flavor of this cheese, है ना। So we can actually, क्या बात है, बुला रहा है, कल ये क्लास ले रहा है। So this variety of cheese comes under the hard variety of cheese, and it is generally known by presence of shiny eye with smooth waxy texture and sweet nutty taste with mild flavor, है ना। और such type of cheese should have sliceable texture, regular round holes, dull to brilliant appearance, at least 40% fat on dry matter basis, milk nut like taste, and it should be minimum of 16 days old before consumption. So this type of cheese is placed third rank among the different variety of cheese. That means cheddar cheese is number 1, number 2 is mozzarella, and third one is Swiss cheese. So demand of such type of cheese is Swiss cheese is on number 3, है ना। So but in our country sorry but in our country the demand of Swiss cheese is not popular, and it is actually limited to the 5-star hotels and the person who are residing in metropolitan city, and generally foreigner, they are actually consuming and prefer such type of cheese, है ना। So the demand of Swiss cheese in India is not popular, and the growth is also not encouraging with respect to Swiss cheese. So this cheese is actually prepared from the cow milk, exclusively from cow milk by this country, whatever name I have taken, that Denmark, Australia, Finland, Argentina, and these all are actually preparing cheese, this cheese from cow milk. But in our country, the area, the milk production, or that is the production of milk is mostly, that is more than 55% of milk is coming from buffalo, है ना। So there is a great challenge for the Indian dairy scientists, to how you can prepare good quality of cheese from buffalo milk also, or you can develop a technology by admixing of cow milk, है ना, up to certain proportion, so that we can get the characteristic flavor or characteristic sensory characteristics as we obtained in the Swiss cheese, which is prepared from cow milk. So technology has been developed by National Dairy Research Institute by making use of buffalo milk. And also Anand Dairy Science College Anand also developed the technology for Swiss cheese by admixing of cow milk to certain proportion to the buffalo milk, and that are almost similar to the characteristics of cow milk Swiss cheese. So these are the both the pioneer institute are actually develop a technology for Swiss cheese from buffalo milk, and also by the admixing of cow milk to the buffalo milk up to certain proportion. So comes into the what is the actually we can differ when we prepare the cheese from cow milk or from buffalo milk or from mixed milk. So it is already obvious that the moisture content in case of buffalo milk is 37.44%, whereas in case of cow milk the moisture percentage is 38.5%. But when we use mixed milk, that is buffalo milk and cow milk, then the moisture content is generally 38.57. So, and the fat content will be in case of 29% in case of cow milk, and in buffalo milk we can found 26.30% of fat. So, fat in dry matter in cow milk is generally 47%, whereas in case of buffalo milk, the fat in dry matter is 42.04%, and when we prepared it from at mixed milk, that it comes 46.34. Similarly, the protein content of cow milk will be higher, that is generally 29 to 30% in case of cow milk, whereas in case of buffalo milk, the protein content is 24.6%. And it is generally observed that 25.3% of protein is mixed milk. Protein is actually prepared, will be got from mixed milk. So this is the and other aspect we can also discuss here: the salt content, salt in moisture content, and ash content and calcium content. These are actually higher in case of buffalo milk, but these are actually slight lesser quantity outside lesser content in case of cow milk. These are already you have known in different category of different variety of cheese, hard cheese. So we can also get the higher content of calcium as salt in salt in case of buffalo milk. So, and the pH. The pH, that is the most important with respect to any variety of cheese. So the pH of the cheese in case of buffalo milk is generally observed 5.35 to 5.4. That in case of buffalo milk, whereas in case of cow milk, the pH will be exist 5.1 to 5.3. So 5.1 to 5.3 is the pH where we can get the cow milk Swiss cheese. So pH is generally obtained 5.1 to 5.3 in case of cow milk, whereas in case of buffalo milk we are getting pH in the range of 5.35 to 5.4. Now comes into the different method of manufacture of Swiss cheese from cow milk. So we are actually giving you the idea behind the technological aspect how we can actually prepare Swiss cheese. So we are actually prepare Swiss cheese. First of all, we are taking milk, and whatever the quality of milk is required, the quality whatever required. In case of other varieties of hard cheese or soft cheese or any unripened cheese, the same quality of milk is preferable in case of Swiss cheese also. So first of all, we take milk, and after that we can heat the milk for 42 degrees centigrade, 40 to 42 degrees centigrade to remove the extraneous material or any debris which is adherent to the milk. So we can remove So we can remove the debris or invisible particles which is adhered to the fat, and so we can remove that one. After that we can go for sterilization. We generally other variety of cheese after filtration we can go for sterilization. Sterilization, that's just like other variety of cheese. First of all, to meet the requirement, legal requirement of the cheese. Another aspect is that you have to maintain the different constituents or different component which is required in case of Swiss cheese. So this is the beauty. So how we can actually sterilize the milk? Here we can sterilize the casein fat ratio in case of 0.88. But in case of Gouda cheese, but in case of cheddar cheese, we are adjusting the CF ratio. In case of cow milk is generally 0.7, 0.6 and 0.7. But here we are adjusting the casein fat ratio in the range of 0.88. Even in the casein fat ratio, when we prepare it from buffalo milk, then definitely the CF ratio will be different from the cow milk. So that we can get the uniform quality of Swiss cheese and also meet the legal requirement whatever laid down by the either by the Codex Alimentary Commission, that is actually adopted by most of the country in the world. So to meet the legal requirement we can go for sterilization of cheese and maintaining the CF ratio 0.88. Next step is generally heat treatment. So next is heat treatment, but that is we can heat the milk. If you prepare batch method, by preparing cheese from batch method, then you can use low temperature high time. So that is 63 degrees centigrade for 30 minutes. So we can actually apply heat in the cheese vat. And by the purpose of heating is we all know that to destruction of pathogens, to remove the undesirable microorganisms from the milk. Here we can also one thing you can add, that when we give heat treatment to the milk, there the moisture retention in the cheese is any type of cheese, this moisture retention will be higher. Then the moisture contention is essentially higher than the retention of rennet, starter culture. Both are actually retained in higher consumption society than in comparison to the milk, the cheese which is prepared from raw milk. But nobody actually suggesting to prepare cheese from raw milk also. So we can heat the milk to 63 degrees centigrade for 30 minutes. But when we use other method or large scale production, so we can take any time temperature combination which ensures the objective of the to meet the objective of the pasteurization. To which we are all know what are the objective of the pasteurization also in case of cheese milk. So after pasteurization we can immediate cool the milk up to 32 degrees centigrade. So immediate cooling the milk up to 32 degrees centigrade. जो cheese vat में होता है we can circulate chilled water in the cheese vat and we can maintain the temperature up to 32-33 degrees centigrade. After adjusting the level of temperature, we can क्या कर सकते हैं? Then at that time we are adding a starter culture to the cheese milk along with the additional culture, that is Propionibacteria cerevisiae, along with the starter culture. So what are the starter culture generally added to the Swiss milk? The starter culture which is added in case of cheddar cheese and Gouda cheese or other variety of cheese, the culture are different in case of Swiss cheese. And not only we are using primary culture, but also we are using secondary culture. Secondary culture we are also actually using. So what are the different other starter culture? So starter culture are Streptococcus thermophilus. We can use at the rate of 1%, and Lactobacillus delbrueckii subspecies bulgaricus, that is Lactobacillus bulgaricus. We can use at the rate of 0.045%, and Propionibacteria cermeri 0.025%. We again repeat the concentration of the starter culture. Please note down the Streptococcus thermophilus 1%, Lactobacillus thermophilus, Lactobacillus bulgaricus. The new name is Lactobacillus delbrueckii subspecies bulgaricus 0.045%. And next one is Propionibacteria cermeri 0.025%. So these are the culture that generally adding to the cheese milk to get the purpose of already we have discussed what is the role of a starter culture. That same culture, the same activities also in case of Swiss cheese also, but here we are also adding a secondary culture into the cheese mill. So we can getting the extra what are the characteristics I have already told you, that shiny eye appearance in case of Swiss cheese. So in case of this cheese, to get the shiny appearance, which is desirable characteristics of Swiss cheese, which can be obtained by these Propionibacteria. That is why Propionibacteria cermeri is actually added at the rate of 0.025%. So, then after adding, we can keep the curd for ripening. That is ripening. तो ripening करना है इसके बाद. तो what are the, we are already ripening, जानते हो कि ripening क्या है ना? तो ripening means to develop the acidity in the cheese curd, so that proper action of rennet can be possible, है ना? तो reneting जो ripening time है वो कितना है? 32 डिग्री सेंटीग्रेड में 55 से 60 मिनट. The ripening time is 55 to 60 minutes only. In ripening period is 32 degree centigrade from 55 to 60 minutes. So this is the ripening time. And after getting the desired acidity in the curd, we are adding rennet. We are adding rennet at the rate of 0.15 gram per 100 kg of milk in case of cow milk. Whereas in case of buffalo milk, we are adding relatively higher concentration of rennet, higher concentration of microbial rennet. That is 1.5 gram per 100 liter of milk. So we are adding higher concentration of rennet in case of buffalo milk. But when we prepared it from cow milk, then the culture is the rennet is added at the rate of 1.25 gram per 100 kg of milk. And here we are also using the mutorennet, that is bacterial rennet. When we use bacterial rennet, the concentration is this is suitable, and we can collect it. We can also add fromage. If you are using fromage, then you can add at the rate of 2.5 per 100 kg of milk. Fromage you can use at the rate of 2.5 gram per 100 kg of milk. And what is the renetting time? What is the setting time of this type of cheese? The setting after addition of rennet, we can allow the curd to set for 40 minutes. Whereas in case of buffalo milk, we can giving 50 minutes for setting of the curd, because the acid development in case of buffalo milk is very slow due to the buffering capacity of the buffalo milk. So after getting the required acidity in the curd, we are allow the curd to cut. So we can use vertical and horizontal knife and keep getting the uniform curd size of the cheese. So after that we are cutting the cheese, and we are actually foreworking. Foreworking means continue your slow stirring for 40 minutes without increase in temperature, है ना? तो foreworking क्या हुआ? Continue slow stirring for 40 minutes without increase in temperature. So it can be done at 32 degrees centigrade for 40 minutes. And after foreworking, you can pre-drawing or drain 1/3 of the way. You can remove 1/3 of the total way of the cheese curd. And you can drain 1/3 of the cheese curd. After that, we allow the curd to cooking and to increase the level of temperature 32 to 52-53 degrees centigrade. है ना? For 52 डिग्री सेंटीग्रेड देना कितने देर के अंदर? Within 30 minutes, है ना? After जब क्या काम करेंगे? Stop heating when, है ना? We can stop heating when the temperature reaches to 52 degrees centigrade, है ना? Within 30 minutes we can arrive. Generally observe that within 30 minutes we can get the temperature 52 degrees centigrade, है ना? After that we are actually cooking. After cooking the curd, we can allow stirring at 52 degrees centigrade for 40 minutes. Then the cheese curd is transferred into the hoop. तब इसको हम क्या करेंगे? At that time, what will be the pH? What will be the pH in case of that time? The pH will be 6.3 to 6.4. है ना? वे का एसिडिटी कितना होगा? एसिडिटी 0.125 से 0.13% लैक्टिक एसिड, और वे का क्या होगा? 6.3 से 6.4, ये पीएच होगा उसका, है ना? उसके बाद हम क्या करेंगे? हुपिंग करने के बाद हुपिंग करने के बाद हम क्या करेंगे? उसके बाद हम इसको कर्ड को, है ना, कर्ड सेपरेशन करने के बाद उसको प्रेस करेंगे. प्रेस करना है, स्लाइटली प्रेसिंग, इनिशियल प्रेसिंग एंड फाइनल प्रेसिंग. 2 टाइप ऑफ प्रेसिंग इज रिक्वायर्ड इन केस ऑफ स्विच चीज. जो पहला प्रेसिंग देंगे, पहला प्रेसिंग लाइटली देंगे, वो होगा 0.06 kg, है ना? 0.06 kg प्रति सेंटीमीटर स्क्वायर, है ना? for 60 minutes, and final pressing is 0.1 kg प्रति सेंटीमीटर स्क्वायर for 12 hours और ओवरनाइट देते हैं हम लोग चिराग चीज में भी. तो उसी तरह से हम लोग यहाँ पे 2 प्रेसिंग दे रहा है. पहला प्रेसिंग में जो प्रेशर होगा 0.6 kg प्रति सेंटीमीटर स्क्वायर for 60 minutes, है ना? एंड फाइनल प्रेसिंग विल बी 0.1 kg प्रति सेंटीमीटर स्क्वायर, है ना? ओवरनाइट या 12 घंटा जो होगा वो हम लोग को देना है. इस तरह से प्रेस करने के बाद, है ना, वी कैन ट्रांसफर आफ्टर प्रेसिंग, प्रॉपर प्रेसिंग ऑफ द कर्ड, जो कि हमारा पर्पस है प्रेसिंग का, जो ऑल चीज में है, चेडार में है और में है. तो उसी तरह का सेम पर्पस इसमें हमारा भी है कि टू गेट द सेम मॉइस्चर रिटेंशन, है ना, यूनिफॉर्म मॉइस्चर डिस्ट्रीब्यूशन इन द होल कर्ड. आफ्टर दैट वी कैन ट्रांसफर द चीज कर्ड इनटू द ब्राइन सॉल्यूशन. तो ब्राइन सॉल्यूशन का स्ट्रेंथ कितना होना चाहिए? तो 23% ऐसो ब्राइन सॉल्यूशन हम लोग ऐसो लेंगे, जिसमें हम लोग इस चीज को ट्रांसफर करेंगे. चीज को क्या करेंगे? ट्रांसफर करेंगे, और उसके बाद इसको 48 आवर, 2 दिन तक हम लोग इसको ब्राइन सॉल्यूशन में इसको रखेंगे. और उसके बाद ब्राइन सॉल्यूशन में रखने के बाद इसको हम लोग कोल्ड स्टोरेज ड्राइंग करेंगे. कोल्ड स्टोरेज ड्राइंग मतलब कोल्ड स्टोरेज में रखने का मतलब है कि 8 से 10 डिग्री टेम्परेचर होगा उसमें, है ना? और वहां पर रिलेटिव ह्यूमिडिटी 85% होगा रिलेटिव ह्यूमिडिटी. और कितने दिन के लिए? 7 दिन के लिए हम इसको कोल्ड स्टोरेज ड्राइंग करेंगे. कोल्ड स्टोरेज 7 दिन तक करना है, 8 से 10 डिग्री पे टेम्परेचर पे, और रिलेटिव ह्यूमिडिटी हमको इस समय 85% होना चाहिए. देन वी कैन गो फॉर पैराफिनिंग, Nowadays, we can also paraffining in case of cheddar cheese. Now the new practice has been adopted in the cheese industry that they are actually vacuum pack of the high density polyethylene. They are packed in high density polyethylene and followed by vacuum packaging. So we can also then the modern in the modern cheese plant are actually removing the paraffining step and after deleting the paraffining step they are using a vacuum packaging. After that we can go for hot curing. This is the beauty of hot curing का मतलब है कि to keep the cheese block. अरे म्यूट नहीं है तुम लोग.
सर माइक ऑन कर दीजिए, माइक ऑफ है आपका।
क्या हुआ? अच्छा तुम लोग का कैसे? ठीक है, अब जा रहा आवाज? Here in case of Swiss cheese, we are actually adopting two methods for ripening of the Swiss cheese. In first stage, we are holding the cheese cubes after manufacturing the Swiss cheese by different process. We keep the cheese curd for hot curing. What will be the temperature of hot curing? 22 degree centigrade or 23 degree centigrade. Or what will be the relative humidity? So relative humidity 85% होना चाहिए. Or what will be the duration? The duration will be 6 to 8 weeks. That will be done है ना 6 से 8 सप्ताह करना है. After that you can go for cold curing या cold storage जिसको कह सकते हैं. Cold storage में रखना है, उसी को cold curing कहेंगे. And these are actually done at 10 degree centigrade at least for 3 to 4 months. And after that, we can get the characteristics, tiny appearance, eye formation in the cheese blocks, which is actually required in case of Swiss cheese. So these are the steps which are actually followed for manufacture of Swiss cheese. And when we prepare the cheese from CF ratio 0.88, we can get the moisture 34 to 36%. We can get fat 29.5 to 30.5%, protein 27 to 28%, as 3 to 5%, salt 1 to 1.4%, and fat in dry matter 45 to 48%. If we prepare the cheese by standardizing the milk, that is CF ratio 0.66, then we can get the proximate composition what I have said you. So these are the different steps that is actually adopted by the industry and by the different European country where this cheese is very much popular, and we can get the composition what I have said. So these are the topics we have to cover today. And now tomorrow I will discuss what is the chemistry or what is the chemistry behind the eye formation and what are the different defects actually we can observe in case of Swiss cheese. So this aspect we will discuss tomorrow, and if you have any query you can ask me. Very sorry to say that after so many requests, you are not open your video. Have you any query? Have you any query?
Sir, hello.
Have you any query? बताओ.
सर प्राइमरी कल्चर और सेकेंडरी कल्चर में थोड़ा एक बार डिफरेंस बता दीजिए.
कौन बोल रहा? अच्छा है.
यस सर.
चेहरा पहले दिखाओ. हमने बताया था जो प्राइमरी स्टार्टर कल्चर क्या होता है. देखो कहां चला गया. जो प्राइमरी कल्चर होता है ना, जो कि एसी डेवलपमेंट में उसका मेन रोल उसका होता है एसी डेवलपमेंट करना, चीज करना. और जो सेकेंडरी होता है, दे आर एक्चुअली एट्रीब्यूटिंग इन अदर इफेक्ट्स, जैसे मैंने बताया. और एक होता है एडजंक्ट कल्चर, है ना. तीन तरह का होता है, प्राइमरी कल्चर, सेकेंडरी कल्चर एंड एडजंक्ट कल्चर. Adjunct culture are those culture which are added along with a starter culture for augmenting the flavor or augmenting or increase the flavor in the cheese, है ना. Or we can get the faster acid development or faster ripening by using adjunct culture. उसी तरह से जो secondary culture है, their role are not specific. That is, acid development is not only rate of acid development is not its primary objective, है ना. सेकेंडरी ऑब्जेक्टिव, सेकेंडरी कल्चर में क्या होता है कि दे आर एक्चुअली एडेड टू गेट सम अदर एस्पेक्ट, सम अदर एट्रीब्यूट्स इन द चीज व्हिच इज रिक्वायर्ड इन द चीज. जैसे इसमें स्वीट चीज में क्या है कि हम लोग क्या करते हैं कि ऐड करते हैं, है ना. इसमें हम लोग प्रोपाइनोबैक्टीरिया सेरेमनाई ऐड करते हैं. क्यों? क्योंकि जो आई फॉर्मेशन होता है, जो कि साइनी अपीयरेंस होता है चीज ब्लॉक में, स्वीट चीज में, जो कि हाईली डिजायरेबल है, तो वो कैसे प्राप्त होता है? This is actually contributed by Propionibacteria cerementi. So these are the secondary culture. और adjunct culture कौन सा हो गया? Lactobacillus helveticus, Lactobacillus casei. तो ये सब क्या करता है? Lactobacillus casei और भी बहुत सारा है. तो ये क्या करता है? That is added along with the starter culture, है ना. So इसका beauty क्या है? These are generally concentrated not only on acid development. These are actually concentrated in increasing the rate of proteolysis, lipolysis, glycolysis, so that they are actually added to hasten the ripening process in the cheese, so that we can get the flavor development fast, है ना. That is why adjunct culture is added to the cheese or secondary purpose, secondary culture is added for getting the other aspect which is as required in the case of cheese. Okay. ठीक है. Have you any other question? Have you query another question?
No sir.
सर अभी नहीं सर.
हाँ बोलो. हाँ बोलो रवीश.
अक्षय कुछ पूछना चाह रहा है सर.
अरे तुम पूछो ना, बताओ. हाँ
सर हमको नहीं पूछना है सर अभी. सब मतलब चीज के बारे में इधर नहीं पढ़ रहे थे सर. पढ़ेंगे कल, पूछेंगे सर.
अच्छा ठीक है. तो नाउ क्या इसको क्लोज किया जाए?
यस सर.
Now if you have any query we can ask, or you can update your practical records, है ना, as whatever numericals and whatever the process of method of manufacture of different variety of cheese, you can write all the steps in your practical records.
सर क्लास कब खुलेगा, मतलब कॉलेज कब खुलेगा सर?
जानते हो कि ये तो डिपेंड होगा, स्टेट गवर्नमेंट जो डिसाइड करेगा उसके बाद ही ना होगा.